Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you don't know, the Elder Scrolls Online just released Subclassing, which allows you to run multiple classes in different skill lines. So you can be a Sorc mixed with an Arcanist or a Nightblade. And so I've been testing around what I like to play in 1v1s, so I figured I'd try a new style of video and see if you guys like it. So let's jump right into it. I mean, honestly, I wasn't a huge fan of subclassing when it was first announced. And I don't know if I still am because I like class diversity, but here we are. We're a Mag Sorc that uses Blast Bones and Merciless Resolve now. The whole point of this build is to keep Blast Bones up like we do Curse, and then use our Merciless Resolve like we do Crystal Frags. So the build itself isn't like terribly different from a normal Mag Sorc. I like using Healing Soul too as a scribing ability because my Healing Soul heals me for a shit ton, and then also it gives me Major Vitality, which is only going to further increase my duels. So as you can see here, I'm going to put Gravelord down, the Blast Bones down, and then, I would have streaked there, but I got the Kjalnir's proc. So I'm healing here because I'm getting a lot of pressure. I try to keep my distance when I'm playing this build. It's not a melee build. I'm using double lightning staffs, so we try to keep our range, keep our buffs up, vigor whenever we're on the back bar. I'm going to go back to the back bar, put up Blast Bones, streak into a Ellie weapon, light attack, and that's the normal combo with one Merciless Resolve to follow after the fact. So there's another good duel against Neatness. I think he gets me here, but you can see with Blast Bones, the other nice thing is we can actually body block with it, so you can kind of hide behind it, but he just had a ton of pressure there with his ultimate and got me good. T350 in this duel. Again, just keeping those Blast Bones up between us, especially if they're also a ranged player, it's going to do a ton of damage. If they try to roll dodge out Blast Bones, it's also going to continue to hit them. So we're just keeping that Blast Bones up and then buffing up on the back bar, keeping our Hurricane Vigor, Ellie weapon all up. And then, of course, we're going to do our combo, just streak into that Blast Bones. It does so much damage. So there's a duel with Merc Nasty. So going to put that Blast Bones up. And then Vigor, Ellie Sus, another Blast Bones, Ellie weapon into a... that time I did a Dawnbreaker. So we're going to Ellie weapon, Merciless here. Blast Bones, Vigor, Ellie weapon, streak into a Merciless Resolve. That combo will usually kill people right there. So keep that Blast Bones up like you would Curse, and it's just going to keep doing a ton of pressure to the enemy. It's also going to apply disease damage, which is going to lower their healing. So you're doing a lot of pressure while also reducing their ability to heal. And I think in this, if you look in the top left corner, I didn't open CMX after this duel, but I think we were pumping out close to 5,000 DPS and he was less than 1,000 just because doing so much pressure, people just sit on their back bar and defend the whole time. So here's a duel against Carnage. He's running your Templar build where you're sitting in Rune and Ritual, but in that case, he actually pushed out and he just got nuked. Here's a great duel with Flame Factions. I mean, one really great player in the game. Keep those Blast Bones up. Ellie Sus, Ellie weapon. He gets off a huge in cap. I'm going to streak this, hoping that streak would stun him. I didn't get the stun, but he did roll dodge and Blast Bones still gets him. It's another duel with Carnage. He wanted to try it out again, see if we can do better than we did last time. So we're going to keep that Blast Bones up. He goes for an in cap right off the rip. Just going to heal up, put that Blast Bones back down. Instead of streaking here, we're going to Dawnbreaker for the stun into the Merciless, putting that Blast Bones back up, Ellie weapon, and he's already dead. Here's a good duel against, I think he's a bomber though, combat. I think he's just on a bomber, so he's not really going to be able to do much in this duel. Here's a good duel against somebody else who is a melee Sorc, who's also running a very similar build. He just doesn't have Blast Bones on. I think later on he goes and puts it on, so it's gonna reduel me. Sometimes I put on this this potion, Essence of Immovability, if I expect that they're going to try and just throw a spear at me right in the beginning of the duel and try and get some combo off, which in this case I did stop him from doing his combo. And so I switched back over to my tripods and then just proceed the duel as normal. It's like LMA wants to duel yet again. Start off with that Blast Bones, Ellie Sus, streak into the Ellie weapon, but in this case I'm pretty low, so I just heal again. Merciless Resolve just hits so hard. It's a good duel against Xeno. This build is really tanky. It's basically a bunker plar with Blast Bones, so he really just has to wait for an ultimate. He doesn't really have to do much. He could just sit there in his rune and heal and keep cleansing, but I'm gonna keep pressure up, keep those Blast Bones coming. Ellie Wep into a Merciless streak, and the Blast Bones gets him. I'm gonna reduel Emo Girl. That Blast Bones down. Streak, Ellie Weapon with Merciless Resolve. Chunks his health there. He's also got Blast Bones, but I'm kind of keeping him at range. So as a melee character, he has to chase me, whereas I can just keep applying pressure at range. I don't have to be up close and personal. We really want to keep our distance though, because sometimes you never know when somebody's going to just burst you hard and fast. So try to keep my range. There's really no reason to be up and close to somebody. You just need to be in range to cast your Blast Bones. So. Oh, I remember this duel. Yeah, he fucking chunked right there. So that Pestilent Colossus got me good. I didn't get out of it. So I'm going to reduel him, I believe, later on. Just to see how we do against that exact same build now that I know what's coming, you know. Yeah, I walk right up to him and reduel this. Get that Blast Bones down, bigger into Ellie Sus, Ellie Weapon, Streak, Merciless. Get that Blast Bones down again. Just that same combo. If I'm low here, I'm going to heal up. Now I'm going to put down that Blast Bones again. Hurricane, bigger. Blast Bones again. Once I heal up. Ellie Weapon and the Merciless Streak. In that case, I miss him, so we're going to try it again. Ellie Wep into the Merciless Streak. No. Accidentally changed my potions here. So, bigger. Blast Bones, Ellie Weapon. He's doing a lot of pressure, so when I'm not applying pressure myself with Ellie Weapon, I'm just healing. Blast Bones, bigger. See how he's really close to me too? I just, instead of spamming my Ellie Weapon, which I could have killed him there, I'm just focusing on healing instead. Another nice thing about playing a ranged build is when you know somebody's just up close and you shouldn't be doing too much damage because you want to wait for them to be further away, you can just sit there and heal while your Blast Bones does damage. I think this guy was on a PvE build, honestly. We both had crazy low health. I was at 21k and he was at 24k. I think that I just was forgetting to put food on, but he ultimately just dies quickly. The beam was doing a ton of damage though because he was PvE. There's another duel against Xeno. We had to run that back. It's a lot of the same combo though, just Blast Bones, Ellie Weapon, Streak, Merciless. Also, if you have Dawnbreaker up, you should shoot your Merciless before you streak and then Dawnbreaker after the fact. He's just doing a ton of healing, so I'm just trying to get through to him. So we just keep those Blast Bones rolling no matter what. A good duel against Jay Burke. You see how that Blast Bones is even body blocking me and at range. It's making it hard for even me to fight. No reason to go front bar when I have blast bones on the back bar just doing so much damage. So if you're low or expecting a burst, just sit on that back bar. It is an ice staff after all. I think earlier I said I was running 2 lightning staffs. That's not true. I'm running 1 lightning staff, 1 ice staff. That's why I can sit on my back bar and take very little damage, all while keeping that blast bones rolling. The other thing is when subclassing came out, I was using curse still, but everybody was just cleansing it. And so now we have blast bones that isn't cleansed. And then of course, what did they do to Sorc? They got rid of hardened ward shield. So what did every single person on YouTube say? And every single person in Stormhaven? They said you can no longer play a sorcerer. They said it's a dead class. And I was like, no, I'm gonna figure it out anyways. Which I did, and now I even run into people in Stormhaven or Imperial City that will accuse me of running cheese, even though I'm just a Mag Sorc that's running the same exact build that I was before with Rally Wretched. The only difference now is that I have a Blast Bones instead of a Curse and a Merciless Resolve instead of a Frag. And then of course we got rid of our Hardened Ward because that shit doesn't work anymore. I mean, the shield is okay, but it's not nearly as good as it was. And then the scribing heal is just insane. Why would I drop getting major vitality for a shield that doesn't even, you know, shield me for as much as the heals me for anymore? It just doesn't make any sense. Then you have people who run certain CP just to get through your shields too. So overall, a lot of good changes that I actually think made my Mag Sorc stronger than it's ever been. But I mean, ESO is the same as it always has been. People will complain that the only reason people complain is because if you beat them and they don't agree with the way that you beat them, they will say something on the lines of, your build is cheese, it requires no skill to run your class or no skill to run your build. It's always the same excuse. Like when it was Mag Sorc being buffed by Hardened Ward, it was like, oh, you're playing a Mag Sorc, most broken class in the game, or you're running some set and now that's gonna make it the most broken set in the game. And that type of mentality is so ridiculous. I don't agree with that at all. If somebody beats me, I'm just gonna say good fight. You know, there's no reason to complain about somebody else's build, and there's also no reason for me to sit here and tell somebody what they should run. I mean, that's probably the most ridiculous thing ever. Like for me to sit here and dictate and say, oh, you know, you're just running an overpowered build or an overpowered class, I can't beat you, I'm gonna sit here and cry or tell you what you need to run. No, run what you want, run what's best for you, I'll run what's best for me, and if I can't beat you, it is what it is. But I've got several different build options that if I need to change it up to try and counter you, I will. That's what the whole point of it. It's a rock, paper, scissors game. Figure out how to beat my rock with your paper. Don't sit there and keep trying to cut my rock with your scissors. You're not gonna get anywhere with it. Hey, shout out to Rider Shade here, really good guy. I am gonna pack him up though. Love his YouTube channel, go check him out. I don't know if he's testing. He's always testing new builds, but this Nazar guy, I believe he beat me earlier. I don't know if I have the duel in here, but he's pretty strong. Just gonna be running the same old though. Put down that blast bones, Ellie Wep into a merciless, or in this case I'm actually going to keep that merciless so I can heal up because I just saw him ultimate. Now I'm going to go into it, overload, Ellie Wep, and merciless, probably streak him here. I'll put down the blast bones first and then I'm going to streak him. If you can land that streak better than I just did there, you'll do a ton of damage. If that blast bones can hit with them not blocking, then you're going to hit like a 14 or 15k blast bones. And Blast Bones is just overpowered, and he's just struggling to do anything right now. There's too much pressure for him. He's gonna die right here. By the way, I think I've mentioned this in my shorter videos, but it's super important to roll dodge at the right time. Like that's another thing, is there is skill to this game. You gotta know when to roll dodge, when to block. Like people are gonna hit you with some crazy bursts, especially with subclassing, and if you don't know what to look out for, you're gonna get fucked. I mean, if you don't know to look out for the Kjolnir's proc, or if you don't know somebody's about to in-cap merciless you, I mean, you got to be ready for that stuff. So I'm trying to keep my distance here because I sense that he's trying to set up a large combo on me. So of course I'm going to roll dodge early, get out of his combo, and then streak away. So and we're back to our normal combo. While he tries to bunker up and save for an ultimate, I'm just doing pressure the entire duel. All right, here we go again. See how he does this time. This might be the duel where he actually beats me. I don't remember. I know he beat me once. I don't remember if I clipped it though. Sometimes I like to clip people when they just put out a crazy ton of damage so I can like look back on it and see what the hell did they just do to me. I will say the build he's playing is one of the best in the game, outside of the fact that I don't know if he's running Blast Bones. It looks like he's just a pure Plar. If he had Blast Bones with the Adric Spear line and the Ritual skill line, that I believe is probably in melee range with dual wield and ice staff, probably one of the best builds in the game for dueling, especially. So duel against Indo, put down that Blast Bones. She streaks right into it, streaks again. We're gonna put down another Blast Bones streak with a Merciless. She's holding block there, which is good. We're just gonna try and build up some more pressure. Get ready for the next stun. Here comes the Blast Bones out. We're gonna stun here. No, actually, we're gonna heal up. One more Blast Bones streak here, and then finish. All right, this is the last duel. Actually, no, I think I have two more. This one and then one more. All right, so we're dueling Draxi. Yeah, I mean, he's just dead already, so. Really great combo when you can land freaking a streak into a Dawnbreaker, by the way. All right, last duel with Isaac, Baby Ducks. I don't know who this is, but it looks like he's playing actually one of the best dueling builds in the game, which is your Nightblade Warden Storm Calling, I believe. Yeah, because he has streak there. The point of that build is to in-cap with the Shulks and the Merciless all at once. It chunks, but of course he's just taking too much damage. He doesn't know what to do. He's dead. Cool. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this style of video. It's completely different, I know. It feels like I'm rambling on a little bit. Even into myself, I feel like I'm rambling on, but I wanted to just release a video where I go over, kind of talk about what I'm doing in duels, what I'm running, obviously, too. I still have that video out if you want to know exactly what, set pieces I'm running and skill lines. But hope you guys enjoyed this. If you want more of this type of content, leave a comment below. Talk to you soon.